Look, if you're going to invest in Bitcoin, a short time horizon is 4 years, a mid-time horizon is 10 years. The right time horizon is forever. Warren Buffett said, if you wouldn't hold it for 10 years, you shouldn't hold it for 10 minutes. So if you look at the course of 4 years, no one's ever lost money over 4 years holding Bitcoin. And if you look at, our experience, we started buying it at $10,000 and now it's up by a factor of 4. So given the right time horizon, you're fine. So it's a blessing and a curse. The blessing is it makes it the most exciting, interesting thing in the financial universe everywhere in the world. And the curse is it can induce anxiety for people that have a short attention span or are focused on a narrow time horizon.
Welcome back to the channel. Aaron here from the Bitcoin Bros, back at you with another video today. And we're going to be looking at some Bitcoin MicroStrategy news here today. And we're going to start off with the man of the hour, Michael Saylor, tweeting a possible blue-green imbalance on SaylorTracker.com. So it's looking like Saylor has been buying Bitcoin over the past week or so. So we will probably get an announcement Monday morning that Saylor has been buying Bitcoin, and he'll let us know how much that he has bought. So be watching out for that. We'll keep you guys up to date in the next video as well. And if you guys like these videos, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. We have new Bitcoin, crypto, MicroStrategy content coming out every single day. And MicroStrategy closed on Friday at 387. This is MooMoo platform. They're a brokerage. Make sure to check them out. You can sign up, and I believe today is the last day for 20 free stocks. You can check that out. That'll be in the description below. You can trade options, any other stock, Bitcoin, crypto, anything you want. And also check out our Patreon. We're building an exclusive community over there, so that link will be in the description below. Make sure to check out both of those guys, and we really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get back to this MicroStrategy news, and this is from M. Riche here. He's saying that it's interesting to see speculation on whether MSTR will be added to the QQQ. So over in the MicroStrategy community on Twitter, people on YouTube, they have been speculating whether or not MicroStrategy will actually get added into the QQQ because it's actually not a tech company now, it's a Bitcoin company. So some people think because of that, it might not get in the QQQ. But this person here has worked in the ETF industry, so they have a different perspective. So he's saying the passive ETF business has scaled themselves in this way. There are committees that create these indices, but they don't make decisions on each added company on an individual basis for each underlying index every time there's a rebalance reconstitution. S&P 500 is one of the indexes that does that, but the QQQ does not. The committee makes broader decisions from the index construction level. MSTR will be a part of QQQ. It really is that simple. I do love hearing speculation on the other side because it shows me that it's not yet priced in. Even if NASDAQ Invesco had an oversight on QQQ stock additions, it would be in their best interest to add MSTR. They've always lauded themselves on having one of the most traded ETFs. MicroStrategy is currently one of the most traded stocks in the market. For people saying that MicroStrategy is too volatile to be added to the QQQ, again, you don't understand the index construction requirements. Also, nobody investing in the QQQ is looking at one company that will gain 0.5% of the index and saying it's too volatile. I'm pulling my money from the Qs. And he goes on to say that other companies within the QQQ are also very high risk and volatile stock companies. And he also says MicroStrategy's biggest source of revenue is from their software business. Any Bitcoin yield or related revenue is not defined within ICB as a form of revenue. Will they categorize this in the future? Maybe, but not now. So it does look like MicroStrategy will be included in the QQQ, and we also have seen Ben Workman say that MicroStrategy will be included in the QQQ. There are some people who do believe that MicroStrategy will not be included in the QQQ, but we'll see in December. And I do want to talk a little bit more about this inclusion and why it's actually so big. So according to Ben Workman's spreadsheet here, with a 0.28% weighting for MicroStrategy, if they go in at this number 52 spot, this is where the snapshot ended at, they'll get an allocation of $936 million, which doesn't seem like a lot. Doesn't seem like a lot of money. But what actually happens here is they have to go out and buy those shares. So really interesting what we talked about in some of our previous videos here. This is a spreadsheet created from the Quant Bros. But if you look at the flows that come from the QQQ historically, there's always been a multiple on the amount of like how much that affects the market cap. So you can see the multiple ranges from 33 here all the way up to 118. So with our $936 million allocation, that could really change the market caps. So we can do some quick math here. If we take that $936 million that they're going to be getting, and let's say they get a multiple, or let's say the multiple is 33x, that's actually going to change the market cap by $30 billion. So that means the market cap would be worth $30 billion more than what it is today. And with a market cap currently sitting at around $90 billion, if it goes up 30 billion, that's going to be a 30% move to MicroStrategy at current prices. Now, let's say the multiple is even higher than that. We can take the same $936 billion, and let's say it's going to be a multiple of 118. That would put an additional $110 billion into the market cap of MicroStrategy. That would be basically more than doubling the stock price right now. So understand that this allocation is going to be massive for the price of MicroStrategy. And then I also want to look at some of the ETF data here. This is the amount of money that came into the ETFs in November. We got $6.4 billion there, which is a big number, really good for Bitcoin, definitely going to help the Bitcoin price out. And you can see November was actually the biggest month in terms of dollars for the ETFs. But if you look at the amount of Bitcoin that was bought with those dollars, it's actually a lot less than the amount of Bitcoin that was bought in February. That's because Bitcoin's price has just gone up. So we're going to continue to see this trend. More money is going to equal less Bitcoin in the future. As you know, these ETFs continue to buy a Bitcoin, as MicroStrategy continues to buy a Bitcoin, and then just retail institutional investors in countries buy Bitcoin. We're going to see that price go up. And on Friday, IBIT had $136 million inflow, and we had $319 million inflowed into the ETFs for the entire day for Bitcoin. So that's 4,700 BTC. Take that into perspective. There's only 450 Bitcoin mined daily. So if you look at this number here, they took 10 days of supply off the market in one single trading day. And Friday was a half day. Like the market wasn't even open the entire day. It was only open for like half of the day. So that's just a massive amount of inflows, and we'll probably continue to see that, but that's good for Bitcoin and obviously good for MicroStrategy. And then I do want to go over this chart from Raoul Pal. I know some Bitcoiners don't like Raoul because he talks about a lot of different altcoins, but this chart that he has shown has been spot on. And this black line tracks global liquidity forward about 12 with a 12-week lead. And we can see going into December and January, global liquidity is going up. But after January, we can see global liquidity start to go down, and Bitcoin has followed this almost perfectly. And you can see here, we're getting this local top. This is what Rob called it, a local top here. So we could see Bitcoin, if it continues to follow this trend, go up here to 100, maybe 110,000 before potentially correcting back down to 70K. So that's something to watch out for. This chart here has been very, very accurate since we have been paying attention to it. But one thing to note is sometimes Bitcoin does deviate from global liquidity. And you can see that right now. Bitcoin has been going up. Global liquidity has been going down. And if we look at past bull markets, we can see here in 2021, Bitcoin was going up pretty big here. Global liquidity kind of was flat. You can see that right there where it was flat, and Bitcoin actually was still going up. And then global liquidity actually went up and Bitcoin kind of went down there. And then if we take it back to 2017, we can see during this phase right here, global liquidity started to go down a bit here, or got stagnant, and Bitcoin went up massively. So just because global liquidity goes down doesn't mean Bitcoin goes down, but you can see the trend. If global liquidity starts to go down in the past, Bitcoin has gone down along with it. So it's just something we have to watch out for. Definitely doesn't mean Bitcoin is going to be going down, especially during a bull market. And then 2025, if we look at 4-year cycles, late 2024 and 2025 are the best years for BTC. So that's all I had for today's video. Let me know what you guys thought about all that. My name is Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros. Remember to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.